I think my life's work is about Arabic food and putting it on a pedestal. And I came here to Dubai to promote contemporary Lebanese Arabic food. Zahira is very much part of that, and I think a really important restaurant for this region, because I hope to showcase the fact that Arabic food isn't just about skewered meats and shawarma and falafel. There's a lot more to it than that. What we try and attempt here is Lebanese Arabic food, but make it a little more architectural. And when I look at the food that I produce or the kitchen produces, there's always some common threads or links between my heritage and my childhood memories and travels, but pay respect to the origins of each dish. So Zahira's, firstly, it feels warm. To me, it feels very warming. It doesn't feel, over-designed and too polished, and it has a warmth and a generous feel about it. And I think one of the highlights of the restaurant are these illustrations here, and they actually come from a book that I have called The Arabian Nights, which was published early last century. And it's such an old book. It has the actual illustrations of plates that are stuck onto the book or pasted onto the pages. Pretty much fallen in love with all the illustrations, and I've always wanted these illustrations to be blown up and to be admired. It does make the place feel like an Arabic restaurant. So the way the restaurant works is that there is a bar lounge that's slightly different. It's a little more quirky. There's a carpet or rug that looks, I call it the trippy lounge, because it's a little psychedelic down there, but it's super comfortable, and there's some amazing cocktails which have a little bit of Arabic influence. So, look, I'm not a great believer in signature dishes because I like to push on, but there are some favorites. One dish in particular I actually want to show is it's a chicken fatteh, and it's actually my interpretation. It's not far off the real thing. But it's layers of chicken that have been cooked in aromatics and spices with little pearl onions. And it sits in a bowl with some Lebanese rice that's been spiced up slightly with vermicelli. And then another layer, it's actually layers of the chicken, of the bread, the chickpeas, the yogurt, and then we finish it with lots of pine nuts and a green sauce of coriander and garlic. And then on top we coat it with this sage bread or Arabic bread flour, and then just bake it in the oven. Well, this is my interpretation. So first, I'm going to serve it in a deep bowl. The rice is a basmati rice. It's actually an aged basmati rice. And this has been cooked as a pilaf style with allspice and cinnamon and a little bit of vermicelli as well, fried vermicelli. And then the chicken that's already been slowly cooked in spices. I call them golden spices because there's lots of turmeric, cumin, coriander, and a little bit of chili in the spice mix. So obviously the goldenness comes from the turmeric. Slow braise, I've added some whole shallots which are cooked down or cooked gently. There's a few little eggplants here that's also been cooked into this, and there's some chickpeas as well. And then from that, I've got some sage bread or very fine Arabic bread, which have been just lightly fried. We just crunch that up. This adds more texture to the dish. And then from that, lots of yogurt, a little bit of cumin through it, and sea salt, and a tiny bit of garlic. And then from that, lots of pine nuts, tiny bit of sea salt. Now I've got this, it's a coriander garlic mix. The coriander garlic being sauteed and then pureed with olive oil. And quite generous, because this needs to be fairly potent flavors coming from this. And then from that I've got more sage bread, which we've placed on top. And I have a stencil here, which is a kind of an Arabic motif. And I'm going to dust with just some flour. It's really just an ornamental, lovely and attractive. So this will go into the oven for just a few minutes or so, just to brown up. So you've seen that that's crunched up now. The motif is now very prominent, and we can serve this up.